Well, in a major embarrassment for Jnanpeth awardee UR Ananthamurthy, members of the Namo Brigade have booked a plane ticket for him to Pakistan. The action comes after he stated in the run-up to the elections that he would leave the country if Narendra Modi became Prime Minister. And soon after, the BJP secured a majority in the elections and it became clear that Narendra Modi would become the new Prime Minister. The Mangalore unit of the Namo Brigade has gone ahead and sent him a flight ticket to leave India. My colleague Verghese joins us over the phone lines with more information. Verghese, time and again we've seen quite a bit of criticism come in the way of literature UR Ananthamurthy for his open statements on Narendra Modi. But any word on his reaction to the fact that the Namo Brigade has booked a flight ticket for him all the way to Pakistan?
Well, we are in fact awaiting the reaction from the literati. In fact, that UR Ananthamurthy and some of the sensational literators in the state had in fact openly supported the Congress in their campaigning and for Congress candidates. And some of them, especially UR Ananthamurthy, said he would leave the country if Narendra Modi would become the PM. And since in reality it has come, and it seems that the Namo Brigade has taken cue from the author and in fact gone ahead and booked a ticket, and this ticket was booked on the 13th of May from Vikram Travels. And what we know is that it has been booked on Sri Lankan Airlines. So the departure of the flight today is at around 3:40 a.m. and he will the author if he's going to take that flight, he will depart from Bengaluru Kempegowda International Airport to Colombo Bandaranaike International Airport, and there is a provision for a hot meal in it. It has been booked on an economy class, and after that there will be from Bandaranaike International Airport to Jinnah International Terminal in Karachi. So the flight has been booked for today. This is 17th of May, and it's what we know at present is that it will leave at 3:40, and scheduled time is at 3:40 a.m. and it was supposed to arrive at the Bandaranaike Airport, and from there again there is a connection flight to Colombo to Karachi, from Colombo to Karachi, and at present it has been booked on an economy class of the Sri Lankan Airways, and this was done at Vikram International Travels at in Mangalore. And what we have come to know is that this was being taken as an action because if you look at it time and again, there have been leaders from the BJP who said that people who oppose the Narendra Modi should go to Pakistan, and maybe taking a cue out of it, they booked the author a ticket to Karachi via Colombo, Akshita.
Right, Verghese, but also we understand that UR Ananthamurthy, after getting this particular flight ticket, also reacted to the press. If you could take us through exactly what he said.
Well, at present, Akshita, we must understand is that we are waiting for his reactions, in fact, and if you look at it, the literators in the state had in fact campaigned openly for the Congress. Now, this hadn't gone quite well with a lot of BJP leaders in the state, and especially with some of the stalwarts like Ishwarappa, who had openly come in criticism of the literators, in fact, campaigning openly for political candidates. And at present, we are awaiting the reaction of Ananthamurthy to this matter. But it also shows staunchly the way or the thinking in which this particular brigade has acted. And in fact, it was taking a cue from one of its leaders who said that those who was opposed to Narendra Modi need to go to Pakistan, and that is why they have booked this ticket, because what Ananthamurthy said, that if Narendra Modi became the Prime Minister, he said he will leave the country, but he did not specify to which destination he will be going to, Akshita.
Right, Verghese. We'll come back to you for more information, but a virtual embarrassment for UR Ananthamurthy. The famed literature had gone on to state a couple of months ago that if Narendra Modi becomes the Prime Minister, he will leave the country. Keeping this in mind, the Mangalore unit of the Namo Brigade has gone ahead and booked flight tickets for Ananthamurthy, and they have booked a ticket for him to leave the country and go to Pakistan. The Namo Brigade wants Ananthamurthy to take a flight from Bangalore to Karachi via Sri Lanka. It is a copy of the flight ticket that was sent to Anantamurthy, and of course they have booked him on a flight all the way to Karachi via Sri Lanka Airlines. And they have in fact scheduled the flight for today and booked it in advance and sent it across to Anantamurthy. According to the Nama Brigade, in a rather sarcastic manner, they went on to state that they did not want to cause any inconvenience to him. They stated that the ticket was booked on May 13th itself, as everyone knew that NDA would of course come to power and Modi would be the next Prime Minister. And they claim that the tickets were booked in advance and also sent to him. And what's a little ironic is that they've also booked him on this flight all the way to Pakistan. A statement that Giriraj Singh had made about sending all Modi betas to Pakistan. And this is a copy of that flight ticket that was sent to UR Anantamurthy, and of course the literature will be rather embarrassed. So the question is, will he in fact leave the country now that Narendra Modi has gone ahead and won the elections? The Nama Brigade of Mangalore has also quite clearly stated that they have paid for the ticket as well, so no expenses on Anantamurthy either. It looks like Anantamurthy has after all reacted to this particular controversy, and in what comes as a surprise, he's done a complete U-turn. He's gone on to state that it was a mistake to make that statement, and here's what he said, and I quote, "My statement was emotionally driven. Modi's victory is a triumph of advertisements and media management." This is what UR Anantamurthy has gone on to state. He is clearly decided that there is way too much support for Narendra Modi for him to afford to voice his opinion against Modi, and has done a complete U-turn after of course receiving such a ticket. Anantamurthy would for obvious reasons want to stay in the country, and has stated that it was a mistake. His statement was emotionally driven, and that Modi's victory is a triumph of advertisements and media management, making it quite clear that he still believes that Modi is not the best leader out there, but it was due to smart campaigning that Modi has won. Coming back to you, Varghese, it definitely looks like Anantamurthy could be in a spot of bother, but going by the statement that he has made, it's quite clear that he still doesn't believe Narendra Modi is the best for the country, but merely said this to go ahead and calm down that Namo Brigade.
Well, it is, and Ashita, it should be understood from the perspective that the kind of politics that was taking, the campaigning scene that was in fact taking, that it was a heated campaign, and some of the literators in fact thought that Narendra Modi might be bad for the country, and that is when he made the statement. That's why he went on saying it was a mistake, and that his statement was emotionally driven. Modi's victory is a triumph of advertisement and media management. So as you rightly pointed out, it does say that he is not convinced that with the idea that Narendra Modi is good for the country, and in fact with this ticket issue coming resurfacing, it is quite interesting to note that the literature has gone back on his statement, but at the same time has not completely retracted from what he had earlier stated, or the kind of opposition he had to the ideology that Narendra Modi represented during the campaigning. So it was during the campaign session that these words were in fact uttered, and it was in the heat of the election season that it was uttered. At present, it seems that since there's been a huge convincing victory that has been given to Narendra Modi by the people and from the mandate, he's made a careful expression saying that Modi's victory is a triumph of advertisement and media management, Akshita.
Right, Varghese, thank you so much for joining us with all those details. But Anantamurthy has reacted and made a complete U-turn after the Bangalore unit of the Namo Brigade went ahead and sent him a flight ticket to leave the country, sent him a flight ticket to Pakistan, to Karachi, after he had stated a couple of months ago that if Narendra Modi comes to power, he will leave the country. And a teenage girl's death at a private hospital in Tumkur has led to chaos on the roads. 18-year-old Padmavati passed away at the THS hospital. She was a resident of Gubbi and was admitted to the hospital on May 8th. We understand that 18-year-old Padmavati was admitted to the hospital on May 8th because she was suffering from breathing problems. But her death has now caused an uproar as her angry parents and kin vandalized the building. However, the police arrived at the spot and lathi-charged the relatives, dispersing the gathering. There's no word on whether, in fact, it is a case of medical negligence. Remember, in many of these cases, considering that the family is undergoing a lot of depression, they tend to blame the hospital, and we've seen numerous incidents such as this come to light. So we will have to wait and watch to see if it was actually a case of medical negligence. 18-year-old Padmavati was admitted to the THS hospital because she was suffering from breathing problems. She was admitted on May 8th. Unfortunately, she passed away. The hospital is yet to give any sort of statement or clarity with regards to exactly what took place, what led to the death of 18-year-old Padmavati.
What